I come from a big family of community service-oriented people, and I don't know what my first memory would be because I think some families go outside and throw footballs, and my family did community service. I remember as a young child hosting parties in orphanages and going to soup kitchens and wrapping presents to send to people overseas, and it was just part of the rhythm of my family life growing up. I remember my mother stopping the car when it was raining to pick people up at bus stops who were getting wet, and we drove them home. I remember my aunt taking people that looked cold and going to buy them a coat. It was just part of what we did all the time. I had a series of summer internships when I was in college, and they were fabulous internships by anyone's standard. I worked for an investment bank in New York. I worked for a government official in his advocacy work in Washington, D.C., and I had a summer, believe it or not, working for a police department and organizing Scared Straight programs in the juvenile justice system. And when asked by my college advisor what I thought I wanted to do when I grew up, I thought I'd rather serve in like the police officers I worked with rather than in finance or in public policy. The hard part was I really didn't think I wanted to be a police officer. So I decided to try an internship, volunteering in the ER at night while I was in my senior year of college, trying to finish my history and economics majors and having absolutely no science background. And in fact, I had a brother who died from leukemia when I was very young, a grandmother who died from Lou Gehrig's disease when I was in college, and I had really kind of steered clear of medicine. There were too many negative associations with it. But then I started working in the ER, and that really was so compelling that I could imagine a life in medicine. So that's what steered me that way. There are a lot of people who have been so impactful, not only in my ability to be a physician, but also a mom and wife and all the other roles that women with heart embrace. I think if I had to pick one, it would be my mom. My mom is a pastor and spent years and years being just a mom, and then went back to divinity school when I was in college, and from there had an extraordinary career as a community pastor and community servant in all the best meanings of that word. And then while she was balancing taking care of a parish full, she also took care of my dad and my brother and me, and that was just an extraordinary role model in every respect. I think it's so important to give back because it completes us. I think when you really serve others, there's always moments of unexpected joy and kindness and surprise that make every living moment a little more precious, a little more special. I think as human beings, we are given the capacity to love and serve and laugh and give to others. But if you don't have health, if you are in pain, if you are limited in your ability to move or feel or digest or breathe, then we can't really express our fundamental humanity. We can't really be in our full capacity. I think for many people in our community, healthcare is a given. It's either part of your benefit package at work, it's part of an entitlement program, it is part of the social fabric that everybody has, and people don't understand that there's a tremendous number of people who don't have access to appropriate health care. So for volunteers in medicine to have a committed group of volunteers whose sole purpose is to serve that community that has need, but it's not a well-publicized need, and not one that is easily solved other than through the significant work of these volunteers.